Yo, it's Sigma Prepper, where wisdom is the key. We're ready for the future, staying ahead and staying free. When the world goes dark, we won't be shedding a tear. We prep with our minds, never ruled by fear. It's not the list of preps, it's the knowledge we flex. Gaining understanding and solving what's next. No sitting by a fire, eating squirrels on sticks. We'll be navigating chaos using Sigma Prepper's tricks.
In the chaos of survival, your mind is your shield. When it all goes wrong, it's the wisdom revealed. The tech, the knowledge, the smart preparation. When the crisis comes, we're gonna own the situation. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing.
SHTF, we break it down smart. From the big picture view to the detail in the parts. Drew Law's got you, his knowledge on tap. Real-time strategy, he cuts through the crap. From the high IQs to the tech we choose. We're ahead of the game, we never gonna lose. We stay prepared, never needing to fight. Join Sigma Prepper and we'll make it through the night.
It's seeing the signs, reading tomorrow through intelligent minds. Survival's more than just having a plan. It's about how you act when it all hits the fan. Join our Discord where knowledge is prime. The wolf pack's there for you every time. In the chaos of survival, your mind is your shield. When it all goes wrong, it's the wisdom revealed. The tech, the knowledge, the smart preparation. When the crisis comes, we're gonna own the situation. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing.
Reject the herd, prepare the pack. We're on a mission, there's no turning back. From crisis to strength, we'll survive the storm. It's knowing you've been able since the day you were born. Survival's an art, we sharpen the blade. We adapt, we survive, we're not afraid. Get yourself comfy for the Sigma Prepper show. The time is counting down and we're nearly good to go. Prepare your mind, cause intelligence is the key. Owning our instincts, we don't freeze, fight or flee. Knowledge is power, it's the ultimate force. No following the herd, we just create a new course. From a single lone woman to a family of 5. Learn from Sigma Prepper and see how you can thrive.
In the chaos of survival, your mind is your shield. When it all goes wrong, it's the wisdom revealed. The tech, the knowledge, the smart preparation. When the crisis comes, we're gonna own the situation. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing.
Reject the herd, prepare the pack. Click the like button, it's as easy as that. Check the description for the links you need. Follow my socials, subscribe to my feed. Support me on Patreon to gain the edge. Discounts and freebies, just make a pledge. The countdown's done, it's time to go. Sigma Preppers Live, let's start this show.
Welcome Wolfpack. Welcome, happy Easter. Happy Easter everybody. The 20th of April 2025. Thank you everyone for joining me. Campfire Catch-up. We're your host Drew here on the Sigma Prepper channel. Happy 420 to those that celebrate as well. On that front, we do have a vote rocking in the live chat if you're with us live. If you're watching this afterwards, well, you know how I do. We took a screenshot of that so we can see what we were chatting about. How are you? Are you also celebrating 420 today? Is the live poll look? Either yeah, man, or how dare you even suggest it? So there are your choices. So get voting in the live poll. That's how we're rocking tonight. Thank you to everyone joining us early. Not early, on time. Oh man, starting off with Daily Survival in the house. Lovely Easter wishes. And to you, my darling. Happy Bunny Rabbit Day. And Easter, because you're supposed to call it Happy Egg Day. Thank you to Magic Hand for my Easter egg. Look, check it out. Because you know I like the Galaxy chocolate, right? So thank you so very much, Magic Hand. Plus 2 bags of Galaxy Minstrels. Melt in the mouth, not in the hand. And all that. And just before, just as we were going live actually, Magic Hand was asking me for one of my Cadbury's cream eggs that she also bought me. So yes, Magic Hand, I found them. They're hiding under my paperwork. So there's a Cadbury's cream egg here for you right about now. If you want to come and grab it. Little rabbit. Talking of little rabbits, old Purple Flurple, what a babe she is. I told you that she'd sent a gift to Hugo Bear on basically as a result of bad news with her poor JD passing away after 17.5 years. So she mothered him like no other, right? And bless her and bless him, right? What an absolute babe couple. Check it out. This is the box that we're talking about. I told you it wasn't a small thing. Look. This was Hugo's present. right? And there's all sorts of cool stuff. I don't think he even knows about this yet. Purple Flurple. He took that purple toy and he was out the door with it. And the squeaky toy. By the way, I have to admit, Purple Flurple, that green squeaky toy, let's just say it doesn't squeak anymore. Oh man. But look at all the goodies in it. Look, digestive care. There's some raw freeze-dried, complete and balanced beef, right? Treats and things. Even a little bag for treats or doggy bags or whatever you want to put in it. A bunch of tins of mackerel fillets, yeah? So worst case scenario, if the grid goes down and it all kicks off, then we've got some preps as well with some mackerel. So thank you so very much, my darling Purple. What a babe. And there's loads more in here. Don't think that's it. I mean, there's things like his old collapsible water or food bowls and stuff, yeah? Which are cool. So thank you so very much, Purple Flurple. Love to you. Love to all the wolf pack. We love you dearly. And we'll all miss JD very much. And thank you so much for being a big part of the wolf pack, my lovely. And don't forget, if you'd like to share your loved ones and your pets, we've got the animal lovers section over on the Discord server. So go and get yourself over there. Links in the description below. It's completely free. And yeah, this is Tracy J. Check out her little purdy cat and doggy. It's so lovely to see. And there's I showed that last week, Sandy with the foxes and stuff. But yeah, here's JD. Look, bless his cotton socks. Look, doesn't he look like a gentleman? So thank you so very much, Purple Flurple. Really big love to you. Happy Easter, my darling. And yeah, so grateful to have you as a friend and a subscriber and a VIP Patreon member and everything else that you are to me. As a human being and a wonderful soul. So thank you to everyone being with us. Let's hear it in the house of Purple Flurps. Mel Sibley's with us tonight. Great to see you. My beautiful Kazza in the house. Thank you so very much. You notice she never says hello to me. She just says hello to everyone. She's only here for everyone else. Yeah. Good to see you, my darling. I hope you're well and had a good Easter. I hope the kids enjoyed all the egg. Did you do an egg hunt, Kazza? Let us know if you actually hid any Easter eggs from the little ones. Robert Mann as well in the house. Good to see you, my man. Our boy Sigma on 420. Well, I never. Oh, I don't know. No one said about that. It's up to you to vote yourself, not me. Get yourself in there. It's pretty even split at the moment. Are you celebrating 420 also today? Oh, I suppose maybe that's where you got it also. No, I mean not also as well as me. I mean also as well as Easter. I should have ran that by the legal team before submitting the live poll, really, shouldn't I? I barely know what you're on about. I didn't either until, I think, was it yesterday or this morning? And I was chatting to a friend of mine. He goes, oh, you know, it's 420 today. You know, I'm like, no. He said, yeah, Hitler's birthday. I'm like, what? So that's two things I learned today. It's like Hitler's birthday, what? Oh, man. So, yeah, apparently. But, yeah, let me know if I'm or he's wrong about that. Oh, Tamara in the house. Great to see you. Please do another Warzone Wednesday. Do you know, it's funny you say that, girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever in between friend. Your ass is. Because I was planning to do exactly that. And, of course, in light of what we got rocking at the moment with the tariff and the trade wars. Did he say trade war? Yeah, he did. Because that was our poll yesterday. And I was asking you fine people what you reckon. And I publicised the results as well, as we always do. So this was what we were looking at. Is the USA actively in a trade war with China right now? This was the question yesterday. If you missed it, just catching you up on the stuff that you should never have missed in the first place. You should be tuned right in. The fact that you weren't, we're just going to accept and blame that it was YouTube, because it usually is. So we're just going to move on from that and we'll just accept it wasn't your fault. But those that missed it, this was the results. Look, 71% of people actively believe we are currently in a trade war with China. And there's only one thing that a trade war ends up becoming ultimately, and it's not a good look, which leads us right on to the Warzone Wednesday, which we've done a good 6 episodes of that, and they took a lot, they do take a lot of work to put together. The last one we did, I think, was the AI, was it? Artificial intelligence and next-gen warfare, basically, was what it was. So I'll be doing that again on Wednesday, but we'll be looking at economic warfare. It just makes sense to be breaking that down. So the last one we did here was AI and next-generation warfare, look. And it was a reasonable monster. I don't think it was quite as big as the monster that was the information warfare. And so what we've been doing for those that aren't, and then we shouldn't really be talking about this because it's Easter and everything, but since I am planning to do a somewhat of a decent show of it on Wednesday, as they usually are, so we'll have like quite a few slides probably to get through. And we'll be doing it live as usual, so please join us for that. I'll get it scheduled during the week. But the types of warfare tactics, we've been going through these basically. Conventional stuff, you know, like the usual things you'd imagine. The 4th generation of warfare tactics, 5th, and we talked about next gen as well. It's part of this one. So we break down what it is, what the definition of is, and what the rules of engagement are in these different types of warfare. And as I say, the conventional is the stuff you'd imagine, the land warfare, the naval, the aerial, you know, fighter jets and tanks. Yeah. And the 4th generation is slightly different. It's more asymmetric in power. It doesn't necessarily have to be a government against a government. It can be a, you know, a small group of people and things, or an intelligence agency or whatever, right? So 5th generation warfare we're seeing a lot of. This is indirect engagement, global reach. This is more of an international sort of global thing. And it's all about psychology, comes into it big time, propaganda, stuff like that, right? Things like information warfare fit under this, as do, you'll notice, economic warfare right at the top, right? Cyber warfare we did. We talked about that. Psychological warfare, information warfare was wrapped up together in a massive show we did on that, 80 slides long, I think. Drone warfare we've covered as well as a separate show, maybe episode 4. Lawfare and financial warfare, we could include that and lump that into the economic warfare for Wednesday. But I just feel like that's the most relevant warfare Wednesday, Warzone Wednesday that we need to be doing, right? And don't forget, it's a bring your onesie thing, that is. So we'll be wearing our onesies on a Wednesday, chatting about warfare tactics and all about, you know, if we understand how these things play out, then it better prepares us to figure out how we need to position ourselves to be best protected against that, right? And so it's very important that we understand the landscape that we're in. And so these are the ones that we covered as part of the AI and next gen stuff, right? So this was a big one. You should see, oh, look at Kazza in the house. I'm only here for you, Drew. Oh, bless her God. I'm only here for you too, my darling. Thank you so much for being with us, Kazza. I really appreciate that. So I have turned the ads off again. I'm seeing the effect quite badly, actually, in the monthly from YouTube. I probably will just about get paid this month from YouTube, but I haven't turned the ads on for some weeks now, and you can definitely tell the difference. But thank you so very much to Kazza. It's just, I know how annoying it is with adverts and stuff, and you know, it just gets in the way of just us being together and being live. So I have been turning the ads off. There might be one when you first get here or something that it plays. That's unavoidable, but I have, the only way I can sort of somewhat manipulate it is to set it to manually put ads out as and when I push a special button, but I always forget to. But I just think it's a better experience for you, so I hope you appreciate that. And I certainly appreciate those who super chat and become patrons, and like we had yesterday with I think he's here, Mr. Jeff, yeah, became a member on YouTube, hit the join button. So thank you so much to everyone who in your own way you know, helped me to do what I do, and to help me turn the ads off. So tonight's show, so far currently, Happy Easter Kazza, is sponsored entirely by Kazza. So no adverts tonight, courtesy of Kazza. So yeah, this is what we went through, and of course we went through every one of these, and inside each of these there's different things, and each side of the different things is different things, right? It's massive. But if you've got time to sit through these shows that I did, they're all wrapped up into a real nice package as a podcast, and it means that they run in order, episode after episode, which is the best way to sit through it. So when you go to my channel, you'll see, if you want to catch up before Wednesday, so we're all singing off the same hymn sheet, you can see these tabs up here. It may look different on your mobile device, but you can see essentially you're looking for podcasts. Yeah, boom. And in podcasts, you'll see here Warzone Wednesday, look. And then you'll get them all in order, with the whole list of Warzone Wednesdays in order, right? And so do go and catch up if you haven't done. If it's not something that you're familiar with, then I would strongly advise catching up, because I put a lot of work into those shows. No one pays me to do it. But I feel they're important information for us to be able to understand. And it's kind of like my speciality zone as well, so I enjoy putting them together. So hopefully people are gaining something. Let us know live in the chat if you feel like you've learned anything from the Warzone Wednesdays I've been doing. I did start to feel like, you know, people weren't that bothered. I know part of it is YouTube never putting notifications out to anyone, but I just thought for the amount of days and days and days it takes me to put each of them shows together and produce them the way I do, it's very, very difficult to justify when, you know, no one shares them or anything. Do you know what I mean? There's like, don't get any traction. You get 200 views. YouTube certainly never puts them out to anyone, and it's like really disheartening. It's like I just literally cannot afford to put that amount of time into something that just, you know, doesn't even get a new subscriber, or let alone anything else. So I am planning to be doing whatever I can on a daily basis to come and show my face and get together with you. I've had a lot of people say to me they'd rather I just be here, even though I might not have anything particular to talk about. I've always got something to talk about, fun enough, but yeah, I get into my little zones where I just disappear off and I do my little mad professor thing, and I'm designing stuff and building things and creating stuff. I can't wait to show you the stuff I'm building, but I've just got to be careful with all those out there that would do everything in their power to slow me down even more than they are. So thank you so very much, everyone, for being with us. Did I just see who I just saw? Did I see a Danger Bob? I did see a Danger Bob. Look at Mr. Danger Bob. Everybody shall kneel before. Great to see you, my man. I hope things are well with you. Keen to catch up as and when you're ready. Saw an ad when I tune in. Yeah, as I say, they're unavoidable. But like I say, you won't see any more after that. And if you do, let me know, because I need to. I'll need my money back that I never got. Like, I might as well have got paid for the ad, didn't it? Happy Easter, Deacon Jago. Great to see you, my man. I don't know if anyone's fact-checked me yet in terms of 420 being Hitler's birthday, but let me know if I'm right or wrong on that. But yeah. Thank you everyone for being with us. I'm just scrolling through to see who we got here. Miss Worm as well, I just noticed there. Monsieur Dior as well, twice in a row. When is the grid going down? I thought it was supposed to already happen. Do you know what? The grid could be going down for a completely different reason at this point. Literally, in the UK, the grid could be going down literally because the UK can't afford to pay their gas and coal bill, and don't have enough energy because they've invested so heavily in green energy that it's just flopped. The blackouts. In fact, funnily enough, today was a power cut, Montedieu. Today was a power cut for our Sandy, one of our moderators and good friend of mine here. She had a power cut. The entirety of her town and extending areas were completely out of power for some time. So, you know, you don't have to have a massive solar flare or anything like that for the lights to go out. And again, it's about being prepared more for the reasons that you can't think of than for the reasons that you can, yeah? Oh, here you go. Look, April 20, 1889. Okay, so it's true then. Thank you very much for your... That's confirmed. Thank you. Appreciate it. Jenny Simon as well. Happy Easter, Jenny. I can go off topic and give you something to talk about. I'm sure we all can help you find topics. Oh, believe me, I've got a million topics. It's just... There's some topics that you're just not allowed to talk about is the problem. So, you know, especially in light of the, you know, the social climate out there when it comes to the UK and posting any content at all, everything is a liability. So, you know, talking of liabilities, I reckon we should have a look at some liabilities right now. Because you know how we like to do. I think there was a couple of things I didn't get round to showing you yesterday. I don't know. I don't think I did. There was this one, just to get this one over and done with and out of the way. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin, the final flirtier. I nearly broke out into full-on... Because, of course, this is where this comes from. Oh. Yeah. Whenever I see, like, $1 billion, that's the whole little mini-me, right? From Matey Boy. 6 women, 1 billionaire, 0 silence in space. Oh, dear. Nasty. So there's a lot of these sort of things still floating about. Carolyn Rose, happy Easter for yesterday for you, since you're obviously Southern Hemisphere, Australia, so it's already for you. Happy but nervous. Got a date for my knee replacement, 13th of May. Please tell me that's not a Friday, Carolyn Rose. Have you looked it up? Have you made sure that 13th of May isn't a Friday? Unlike things like Apophis meteorite that's hurtling towards us, the closest approach of that happens to be Friday the 13th, which is like, wow. So what are we looking for? May? I'm just confirming for you. You're all right. That's confirmed. It's the 13th of May is in fact, happy too, Sandy, is in fact a Tuesday, so you're all right. So I think you're going to be fine. Yeah. Random Warrior in the house. Great to see you, my man. I hope things are well with you. So there's a few things we're going to be doing tonight. All sorts of bits and pieces going on. I don't think we're going to get too consumed in the latest shenanigans. I mean, we can look at some bits and pieces and see what we think. Obviously, the news doesn't really change over the weekend. The mainstream doesn't bother making up events and crises and things at the weekend. They generally push their stories out on a Monday so they can totally capture the news cycle. But we will have a little quick butchers. Professional failures led to whatever. Race Across the World is back, and Self-Esteem's new album, blah blah blah. Do you see what I'm saying? This is what Sunday is in news reporting. So, and of course nothing happens in the stock market because they're all closed, but the cryptos are always open 24/7, 365, so they're rocking. But again, little bit of a slide downwards and then carrying on correcting itself sideways. So, you know, you can tell obviously though where people are fleeing to, and it's going to spill over into cryptos as well. But as I say, there's no trading at the weekend, hence this flat line since Friday. But, you know, 3%, 3.5% on the week. Gold ended up, yeah, over 3.5, nearly 3.5 bags. It did actually get to that during the week, look. And if you look at that over the month, it's done well, 9% just in a month, right? So it's quite clear where the money's going and where people are fleeing to. You know, gold being the money of kings, don't forget. Silver, the money of gentlemen, and fiat currency, the money of slaves. So I think people are hedging and betting against the dollar, and they're doing that with things like crypto and gold. So obviously stocks at the moment are a little bit, you know, not really know what's going on with that, and nor do anyone who owns the companies that the stocks are for. Cheers, everyone. Love, peace, and progress to the pack, and happy Easter. Yummy. Do you know, I might have to have a little sneaky Cadbury's cream egg at some point during the show. Check it out with a Random Warrior in the house with the £9.99 foldable sheets. Thank you so very much, man. I really appreciate you. What a superstar. Super, super generous, man. So tonight's advert-free live show is coming courtesy of Kaza and Random Warrior. I really appreciate you, my man, and my girl. So thank you so very much for keeping the show rocking the way you are. I really do appreciate you. There it is there. Look, let's give it a likey like. Everybody give the super chats a like and show respect. Yeah, with a K and a gang signs. Nothing less. Nothing less. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so very much. And look at all the love going out to the super chatterers. Yeah. Nice bit of foldable sheets, isn't it right? Nice bit of foldable sheets. I might be getting, you know, we're well on the way to my galactic domination plans at this point. I need to start off getting myself an ounce of gold at some point in my life. When I can afford to buy an ounce of gold, you'll know I feel like I've made it. You'll know that's when I feel like I'm rich, man, is I got an ounce of gold. I was talking to Magic Hand about that, Mr. Sigmund Prepper, the other day. And I said it would be cool to just have an ounce of gold in, you know, I don't want to say in your pocket, but yeah, kind of. Do you know what I mean? It's like if you're traveling around the world or you're on holiday or some shit hits the fan, you know, as a prepper particularly, I think, you know, you have to have financial preparations in some way or another. And if, you know, I know it sounds funny, but an ounce of gold it's several bags of sand, obviously, as I just showed you there, 3,331 sheets. That's not just foldable. That goes beyond rollable. That's briefcaseable. Briefcaseable sheets, I think we'll have to call that. I don't know. You can get $3,000 in a roll, but I do think at $3,000 we're breaking into briefcase sheets. Let me know live in the chat what you think. I don't know where the breakpoint should be, but it's an epic level of sheets nonetheless. So the thing is that $3,000 is going to get you out of trouble no matter where you are. If you're stranded somewhere and you've had all your shit lost or whatever it happens to be, or all the banks are shut down, I don't think there's any capital city anywhere in the world that you can't go to and convert an ounce of gold physical into sheets. Anyway, you won't even need to be a capital city, but I'm just taking the piss, right? Worst case scenario, right? And like I say, I think $3,500 is probably about, well, $3,000 by the time you've paid the exchange and that, right, for the gold. But I'm just saying that there's not many flights that you couldn't get home from certain places away from where you were with that amount of money. So if it's a complete crisis scenario, then I'm not saying that you should be having gold as your plan, because as I've always said, you can't eat gold, and gold's the sort of thing you keep as a storage of wealth, so that when not to trade during a crisis, this is more a storage of wealth so that if it's an economic collapse, for example, then the best, safest place is gold. It's been proven over 7,000 years or whatever to be a good storage of wealth, which is why governments stockpile it. And so the whole idea of gold really, and particularly like silver stackers back in the day, when I first got into prepping back in like 2002, 2003, a lot of it was like, I'll make myself sound old now, but there's no point pretending because I've got all the grey hair to prove it, right? So I might as well just not pretend. But way back in the day, a lot of the actual truthers out there, who were sort of mainly the preppery type community back then, these were people like waking up from 9/11, stuff like that, and it goes from that to leading into the prepping movement. And there was a lot of silver stackers back then. It was a big thing, man. Everyone was getting the ounces of silver. Everyone was pushing it. There was adverts for buying silver all throughout all the survival and prepping videos and that back then. Yeah, it was kind of, I mean, we're not talking about YouTube. YouTube was like sort of 2008. That became a big thing when the collapse happened. There's a lot of truthers movement, and preppers on YouTube became a big thing as a result of that. And a lot of people that latched onto that were people that had been woken up from 2001. So there was this whole sort of thing, and it was big, like silver stacker thing. And the whole point of silver really is that it's not like where you think you're going to trade it during a crisis. It's literally more like the complete economy collapses, the dollar goes to zero, the euro goes to zero 48 hours after that, the yen went to zero 36 hours after the US, and then Britain follows behind the euro by 48 hours itself. So basically, boom, 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 boom. So the point of having precious metals is that it's more, once you've gone through that survival phase by following all my videos and all my advice on how to survive a crisis, right, and how to prepare, once you've gone through that comfortably and had a laugh doing it, which is what we're all about, yeah? Once you've gone through that and come out the other side, and then their new thing becomes the new thing, that's where your silver and your gold comes in useful, because that's where you're now converting that into the new currency, whatever that is. If that's some digital currency, whatever, if that's some within limitations, because the true idea, the digital currency they're talking about is one by which there'll be maximum limits of how much you can keep in there, how much you can put in there, how much you can take out of there. It's all programmable money as well, so it's got an expiry date to it. It's just a shit show, man. It's not something we're going to be wanting to be interested in. But yet again, Tony Blair in the UK, still lingering in the background. He's still pushing that digital ID thing in the UK. Still insisting it's going to fix the immigration issue. It's like, wow. Of all the things, it's like, no. Just no. It's like... We love Tony Blair. He's such a cool guy. Such a cool guy, man. I just know that me and Tony Blair, if we met up in real life, we'd be best buds, man. We get on so well. I don't like ads, so I pay for YouTube Red. Oh, look at you. Well, we can't all afford YouTube Red. I must sort out this little black line here, because I know local prepper gets really annoyed by it. So let's just... Hold on, I just need to resize. Just need to resize you, Jenny, a little bit. Consider yourself resized, girlfriend. So, thank you everyone for being here. Those that have even been given a notification, which is very rare, I know. I've had so many comments this week of people saying, oh man, I miss the show. They never give me notifications, no matter how many times I make sure the notification bell. But this is what we're dealing with over here. I say, you know, you're over the target, innit, right? When you start getting flak, as they say. For those that don't know, flak is the stuff that they used to shoot up in the air that explodes in the sky back in World War II. Right, they fire up flak rounds and they just explode in the air, and obviously the shrapnel's supposed to get the bomber planes that are coming over Germany and shit, right? And so the whole point is you didn't even need radar or satellite technology back then as the British. You just need to start flying out there, and the minute you start getting flak, the minute they start shooting at you, the minute you start getting these things going boom, 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 now you know you're over a target, right? And that's where that expression comes from. Because it's like, lich, the minute you start getting attacked, clearly you're close to something, otherwise why are they trying to stop you, yeah? It's kind of like one of them, I guess, right? My YouTube red is on my ex's account still. Like your style, Jenny. Like your style. Fair play to you. Ching! Especially is because if it's the ex that I'm thinking about, Jenny, then even better, good on you. From some of the stories I've heard, girlfriend. Oh, my darling. Thank you everyone for being with us. So I've got a few things to show you as well. We'll try and have a little bit of a variety show tonight, as much as possible. I'll tell you what, robotics, that's a big thing in the news at the moment. I've seen a lot of that during the week. Yeah, it's kind of I'm not sure what I think about it. I mean, I know a lot of you know I come from a robotic and engineering background. That was where I started life. And then I got into sales and marketing and, you know, website design and video production, all that other stuff, and prototyping. Full circle back to prototype engineering, electronic engineering stuff. And so, I don't know, I'm kind of mixed. I've got mixed reactions to it, to be honest, coming from that industry. And I'm doing a lot of work with AI at the moment from a development point of view. I'm not talking about using AI, I'm talking about developing AI, which a lot of you know I'm known for with the TIA, the Tactical Intelligence Assistant and stuff, she's been rocking since 2014. So the ChatGPT and stuff like that, that's not what we're talking about, that's like old shit. But in terms of the robotics and stuff, it's getting pretty good, this is what I'll tell you. Yeah. It's getting pretty good. I mean, these guys... Some of the moves that I'm seeing, I just think that this is kind of beyond what people really understand in terms of how close it's getting to human-capable movement, right? And that's nothing compared to some of the moves I've seen these things do. And they've only just got started. I mean, and they're also making them somewhat open source, meaning other people like myself or other... robotic engineers, programmers and stuff can get hold of one quite cheaply, 10 grand, maybe less than 10 grand, is it? 35 kilos they are, so, you know, not too bad. 35 kilos. But they're open sourced enough that, you know, you could optimize the program, add sensors, you know, play around with the kinematics and things like this if you wanted to. A little bit like Asimo, for those that are familiar with Asimo, which is the Honda humanoid robot. They made that not necessarily open source, but it was a closed source system that Honda had come up with, but they were sharing that technology at least with the universities, and the universities would hire a CMO into the university, and they'd have like, you know, 6 months with a CMO, and they would run tests and research, and, you know, they'd build their own subroutines and functions and add their own sensors and their own training mechanisms to it. And I was a big close follower of that over the years, that development. And it literally has taken a real leap in the last sort of 4 or 5 years. I've seen it go absolutely parabolic. And this is one of the predictions I made a while ago in regard to how the exponential increase in discoveries that AI would bring. It would mean that we would perpetually invent new things perpetually more each time we invented new things. It would give us more technology to allow us to invent more new things. There comes a point where that is like, we're kind of there already with AI. If you follow the mainstream AI, let's say, not the behind the scenes AI, but if you're a follower of the mainstream AI, you probably would have seen yourself how it's almost impossible to keep up. There's apps coming out every day. There's like, you know, there's like, oh, have you seen this one for images now? You can make this and make videos. It's like every day there's a new version of something coming out, and it's very difficult to keep up. And I think as a result, people just sort of like, oh, I'm just overwhelmed by it, and they go off. And then all of a sudden, something overwhelming and remarkable comes out, and they're like, fucking hell. And I think these things are happening already. And I think, unfortunately, and I'm not talking about shit like this. I mean, you know, we talk a lot about some of the vehicles I come up with for prepping and survival and bugging out and that. I think this thing's a little bit too slow. Let me know your thoughts. But I do like the design. I think it's cool. You saw the one I showed you in it with a robot. We all voted that as being our favourite bug out vehicle. The lion that you ride on robot. Have you seen that? That was the Kawasaki Kawasaki Corio. Look it up, you'll see. It's cool. But I mean, this is a little bit slow, right? But it does remind me of something. It's got some like, I don't know, Battlestar Galactica vibes or something with it. I'm not sure. What's that called? For those that are old enough. Beep, beep, beep. There was that little robot that would sit in the spaceship. Buck Rogers? Could be Buck Rogers. Let me know, but I'm getting Buck Rogers vibes. But it's pretty cool, right? I mean, this is nonsense compared to the shit they got rocking now. But I'm just saying, like, it's happening everywhere. Yeah. Star Wars, Big Shane in the house. Great to see you, my man. UK Urban Prepper as well with us. Happy Jesus and Chocolate Egg Day. Yeah, aka Happy Easter, aka Happy 420. That looks aka Happy Birthday to Hitler. I mean, it depends which way you want to swing it, man. There's a lot of things going on today. It's not just all about chocolate and you know. I don't think the cards are talking about poker again. We'll find out soon. Oh, me and Nana could go for a hike easy. Is it Buck Rogers Vandermoor? Yeah? R2D2. No, you see, R2D2 is Star Wars, actually. But the one where it's like, it's like it's got a bowl cut haircut. The little robot that's got a bowl cut haircut. If it was a child at school, it would like just absolutely be ripped to pieces by its haircut. Luckily, it's a robot. What's it called though? Should we have a look for Buck Rogers and see if it's what I'm thinking it is? It is. Look, this is what I'm chatting about. Oh, go away. This. Beep, beep, beep. That's what this thing makes. You see what I mean about the bowl cut? It's not a good look. It's not a good look. I don't know what this is about, but it just came out as Buck Rogers. So anyway, yeah, I reckon that's what I'm thinking. So there's a lot of robot stuff. And obviously a lot of people... Look, the window's crashed again. A lot of people are... Okay, here we go. Metal Mickey. That's the other one, isn't it? Tweaky. Oh, man. Rue getting on with it in the house. Maximum points in the house to Rue. I reckon that is it. Tweaky. I think that might be his name, yeah? Rats rule in the house. Great to see you. Great to see you. I'm glad you made it as well, my man. Buck Rogers in the 25th century. But check it out. There's more. There's more. I'll tell you, I found this funny thing, actually. I mean, I find it fun. I find it funny because I've talked about this and I've joked about, like, you know, in a crisis, in a survival scenario, how do you take down robots, right? So, like, if you're being chased by a military robot, what are you going to do? And we have looked at that extensively in terms of, you know, some of my ideas of what you can do, which involve black paint, sand. That's pretty good, especially the ones that got little windscreen wipers. You see how the sand gets on with that, and the black oil's good, but black glossy paint's better. And just a bundle of rope. If you listen to Wrangler Star, he's funny as hell. He was one of the original preppers back in the day, man. He started off doing axe reviews way back. Let me know live in the chat if you're familiar with Wrangler Star. Great guy. And he did a series of videos wherein his somewhat questionable, what's it called, get up with his hat that looks very much like July 4th. God, I can't think of the name of anything tonight. Guy Fawkes, right? Do you know the Guy Fawkes film? Anyway, so Wrangler Star came up with this thing, and he was saying, for those robot dogs, what you need is a bundle of rope. Just toss a bundle of rope at it, and it'll just get all twisted up and knotted up. That's his plan. Let me know if you like it. A 420 April 20th. I don't even know, why is it even Cannabis Day? What is it about for? Oh, I think, no, what is it? Someone has told me this in the past before. 420. Don't know. Let me know live in the chat if you know why it's 420. Stoner Day, says Black Cap Gainer. Weed Day. Yeah, Twiggy is Buck Rogers' helper. I mean, I love that show, man. I did love that show. We had all the reruns in the UK. Cheers, everyone. Don't forget, get your own merch in the description. Ultimately, I don't take... oh, interesting. 16:20 is the ideal time to start smoking. Is that really what it comes from? The time to smoke. Interesting. See, I don't know everything in the whole wide world. Oh, man, the time to smoke. Why 4:20? Why is that? Are we talking AM or PM? Maybe it's AM. 4:20 in the morning. Maybe it's from... what's that? Faith Insomnia tune. Could be. Don't know. I'm just speculating at this point. So anyway, getting chased by robot dogs, right? In a survival scenario, what do we do? Because this is all about what do we do in survival scenarios, right? It's not. It's Campfire Catch-up, but right. It's Easter Spesh, so we can talk about this shit. And don't forget, Wednesday, we've got a Warzone Wednesday talking about economic and financial and trade warfare. You ain't going to want to miss that. So, how to stop a robot dog. Are you ready? Are you sitting comfortably? Buckle up, because this could save your life one day. In fact, I wonder if we can get away with zooming in on this one. Zoom to fill. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We might get away with this. Are you ready? Hold on to your seats. We need to remember this. This is how we're going to escape the Klaus Schwab robot dogs that are going to be chasing us down the street. Are you ready?
Rogue autonomous weapons are caused by misaligned artificial intelligence. They are like ordinary weapons.
Hold on.
Rogue autonomous weapons are caused by misaligned artificial intelligence. They are like ordinary weapons, only many times more powerful. They are highly intelligent and are difficult to outrun. They can navigate complex terrain. They can track and identify targets using thermal imaging and facial recognition. These are the three dangers. Surveillance.
I love this
gather
retro
valuable
style. It's so
intel.
funny.
Sabotage. They destroy vital infrastructure. Strikes. They can be deadly dangerous. You can protect yourself and your family. Later on, we shall show you what steps to take. To accomplish their objectives, they can be deployed by air using vampire drones. They can be equipped with mobility features like a robotic arm or outfitted with one of these weapon systems: an assault rifle, a sniper rifle, an anti-tank rocket launcher, or a flamethrower. Although they hunt alone, they can also be deployed in a pack for maximum damage. This is called a swarm. A swarm can communicate and coordinate to achieve its objective: killing sentient life. If you are being attacked by quadrupedal autonomous agents, these are the sounds you must recognize. First, if an attack is coming, then you will hear the hum of drones in the sky. They sound like this. Next, their mechanical movements and operating sounds. Although quiet when alone, if a swarm is on the move, they sound like this.
Oh, this is such a piss take. It's not even funny. This is from the 60s.
You may also hear the swarm communicate, like this. The heat signature of a robot dog is the same as a rabbit's, making them difficult to detect with thermal imaging. But if it is dark, Mounted optic lasers or glowing sensors can be seen with the naked eye. If you make visual contact with a robot dog in your neighborhood, please alert the authorities. Anytime robot dogs are identified, warnings of the attack will be broadcast through a text message.
Oh, so yes, there's a lot of kind of fun-making type things out there about robot dogs. I think that suggests that people are secretly scared about it. And they think they're going to be chased down the street by robot dogs. They have to be placed on their side, robot dog. Get my real dog to pee on it and fry the electric, says Aji. Yeah, that might do it. Did you see that Black Mirror episode with the robot dog? Very dark. I didn't actually. Do you know, me and Magic Hand, Mr. Sigma Prepper, we did watch the first Black Mirror, which is the one with the Prime Minister doing you know what to the you know what. Up the you know what. I think they gave him lube, but even the fact they gave him lube. Anyway, so we watched that one and it was like pretty horrific, right? But none of them were like that. And then a mate of mine, one of my best pals, Jake, he said to me, him and his missus just watched the new season and he reckons it's really good. So let us know your review of what you think if you've seen the latest episodes of Black Mirror, because I haven't. And like number 3 or 4, I think it was, of the first one, I just was like, oh man, what's that about? This is shit. And we just sort of like lost interest at that point. So maybe I've been missing out on something. I don't know. Throw a ball for it. Like it, John. Like it. In terms of other stuff that we need to be saving up for with our pennies is one of these. Look, check this out. Although you know it's not going to be us that are going to be getting these things, it's going to be them. Check it out. How cute are these?
Here is a SWAT vehicle designed to be able to go inside of interior spaces, for example, schools or malls. Now, everything over here is armored. So you have these panels.
Come on, how cool is that?
For the driver to look through, but all of this is bulletproof. Also
Come on.
Down here, airless tires by Michelin.
Like
You
it?
can shoot these as many times as you want. They're not going to puncture. You have the lights over here, plus these ones.
Oh, look at John C in the house. Look at his 420. We love it. We love it. Thank you so very much. Mr. John C in the house. He's already a supporter as a VIP patron as well. Thank you so much, my man. Happy 420 to you too. Oh, but let me know what you think about this little bug out vehicle. Look, it's basically a quad bike. Look, with like some sort of a retrofit kind of chassis shell on the top, from what I can see. Let me know what you think. But this is just a Polaris by the looks of it, and they've just built like a retrofitting bulletproof armor shield.
You get things like sirens, different kinds of lights
on the top of a quad bike.
This exact model that you're seeing is called...
I mean, this is one of the only concerns, isn't it, right? If you're bugging out and you've got a quad bike and that, it's like, yeah, but, you know, people say, yeah, I'm just going to feel like, well, really badly exposed and things. And, of course, maybe that's the solution, is get one of them little retrofit armor-plated thingy-bobs on it. And you can obviously get to places that other people can't with stuff like that. Thank you again, John C. here, helping to keep the ads turned off for everybody else. So thank you so much to everyone tonight for helping to do that for everyone. I really appreciate it, and your support directly and your show of appreciation. So thank you so very much, everybody. UK Open Prepper, all the Black Mirrors were centered around this minor augmentation device, almost as if they knew it was coming. Have you seen the recent ones? Have you seen the latest series, UK Open Prepper? Let us know. Seen all of them, says Ruler. There's a couple in the whole 2 seasons that weren't all that, but the rest were excellent. Okay, maybe I'll give it another chance for this live one. See, the Kazza likes it as well. Okay, you've convinced me. We'll give it another go. And we'll try this later season. I must say, actually, the other day I was floating around on TikTok, and there was like a trailery type thing for Black Mirror. And it was a woman that seemingly... It was like a what do you call it, effect? Mandela effect. thing. It's like she thought she had a nut allergy or something, and they didn't seem to know what a nut allergy was. Let me know if this rings any bells to anyone. But I don't know if that's like the first episode of Black Mirror or whether that's something that's further in. But that's the one that they're advertising in the trailers on TikTok at the moment. It's like a dark-skinned woman, and she's sort of like saying she's got a nut allergy. What are you talking about? And they're like, what's a nut allergy? And it's like, what? It's all like almost she's been time shifted or something like that. So let us know. No spoilers though. We don't want any spoilers. Dave C's with us as well. Great to see you, Dave C. Thank you for being with us. Yes, the latest series. Okay, so definitely sounds like I'm gonna have to give it a bash. 7 seasons, I think. What? That sounds like Nana's new mobility scooter, says Dave C. Good call. Good call. Innit? That's the sort of mobility scooters we want. Definitely. What's this one? Oh yeah, this is interesting. Well, I think it is. You know, I like to show you what I think is interesting. I don't care if you think it is or not. I just show you what I think you think might be interesting. But I like to show you videos more importantly because I like people to think to the question to themselves the question of what if, you know, what if I was in that scenario? I don't expect everyone to be doing that like obsessively like an autistic person all day every day like I do, but I like to present scenarios that I see because they fascinate me because I like to think it through and say, in that scenario, what would I do? How would I get out of that? How would I dodge it? How would I, you know what I mean? So this is an example here randomly of a plane. Check it out.
Get them now! Move!
Gosh. Look at that. Slap bang into that person's roof. See you later. This is like a caravan park by the looks of it. So, yeah. I mean, there's not much point in, like, what you're going to do if that happens, thinking about that. But I suppose you could say, you know, would you get out of the way or whatever. Dog caught. Whiff of something. Taking him for a walk. Good to hear it. You should be taking me with you. Oh, it's a few episodes in, is it? The one that I'm talking about with the nut allergy thing or whatever? Don't be giving me any spoilers. Don't be giving me any spoilers. What platform was Black Mirror on? Oh, that's a good question. I think, is it Netflix? No? See, Carolyn's never heard of it. She's in Australia. I mean, it is. Is it a British series, Black Mirror? Let me know if it's specifically British. I think it might be. They all seem to be British actors, Carolyn, so that might be why you're not familiar with it. But, autism for the win, innit? Definitely. There will come a point in time where us autists will rule the fucking world. I plan to rule the galaxy by 2030. I don't know what Klaus Schwab's plans are for ruling planet Earth. I plan to rule fucking the galaxy by 2030. He needs to get his skates on, man. Cheers! Oh man, I'd book a holiday at that park. The odds of that ever happening again are astronomical. Just a really good point. It's a really good point. And you know, talking of analysis of things and stuff like that, and ask yourself the question, what would I do in that scenario, and so on, right? There's a good example of I think there was a test done at, was it Harvard or something like that? Here it is. Survivorship bias. Survivorship bias. So, here we are, I found it. So this is survivorship bias. So basically what this is a picture of an aeroplane. And it was given to a bunch of engineers to figure out, okay, when, like, the planes come back into land, yeah? When the planes come into land, this was during World War III, so they wanted to know, we need to put armour plating on the planes because, you know, we've got to stop them getting shot down, basically, like I was saying earlier about the flak and all this shit, right? Now, of course, you can't just go throwing armour plating on fighter planes, you know, things like these, because you're just going to add weight to it and you're going to have an effect on the performance. You've got drag and stuff like that to consider as well. But the extra weight's certainly going to limit your range and various other problems. So you can't go slapping the armor everywhere. So we need to choose the places to armor where we think we're going to do the best job for the least amount of armor to keep the plane safe, right? And so this was the image that they were given, because every plane that landed after going on a sortie, when they arrived back at the airport, they would take a list and a marking of every one of these red dots. It essentially represents a bullet hole where it was shot. And so there's something counterintuitive about this that they found, because when they asked the engineers, where should we add the armor, they said, well, I'm sorry, we don't have the data. Now, you would look at this and think, how can you not have the data? You've got a plane here representing all the places that the planes get shot. But the point is that, yes, but these are all the planes that made it back to base. These are the ones that got shot in all these places and they made it back to base. That's why they made it back to base. The ones that didn't make it back to base didn't get shot like this, obviously. Do you see? So it's one of those counterintuitive, weird problems as an engineer to solve, because, of course, you're looking at a plane that represents all the planes that made it back. So do we want to... We don't need to really bother putting armor plating on these red dot spots. This is what most new graduates joining university as engineers and things like this and statistician courses get presented with as a test, and they all say, oh well, we'll just put the armor on the red, where the red bullet holes are, and then we'll be all right. And it's like missing the point that no, these are just the planes that made it back. We need to know the planes that didn't make it back and see where they got shot. But unfortunately it's a bit difficult to do that because they're all smashed up somewhere on the floor. Hit the like button if you forgot. Thank you very much, because I certainly forgot to help make sure that you didn't forget. Come on! Don't be shy. Your mum wasn't. Happy Easter. Arm in the area that isn't hit, because obviously it's critical areas, isn't it? Pedigree. Thank you so very much. What's the Charlie Brooker masterpiece? I don't know what Charlie Brooker is. Who's that? Is that the Black Mirror, is it? Yes, British, originally Channel 4. Thank you, John C. So we're talking about Black Mirror, by the way. A lot of people have seen it, and I was just asking whether people thought it was worth trying to watch it again. Because I did go through a period, and then it was like, oh, this is getting a bit silly. But nothing for the pilot or engine, says Mel. Your mum wasn't. Did you get that band again? I was hoping no one got that. That so reminds me of my old mate back in the day. Yeah. Don't be shy, your mum weren't. Fucking hell. Oh, man. Oh, he wrote Black Mirror, did he? Good man. He writes Black Mirror, says Drew. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to get back into Black Mirror then. Oh, check it out. Look, who do we think will win a fist fight? Jesus or the Easter Bunny? I don't think anyone's losing a fist fight with... Mind you, we're talking about Jesus, not his dad. Cheers to Jesus and his dad. Yeah? Happy Easter. Thank you, Jesus. And thank you, Jesus' dad. And thank you to each and every one of you for being here to share this time on Easter Day. Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, look at that, bang on time. So look, we've been rocking for an hour. I've got so much more to talk about and to show you and all this other stuff. So we're going to have a short break. I'm going to whack the kettle on. What's the time? Magic Hand's already going to be sleepy bab-eyes because Sigma Prepper Junior's got work tomorrow and Magic Hand's going to take him to work early in the morning, so she's got to get to sleep, so she'll no doubt. Yeah, look, no armour where the dots aren't as they made it home. He scoes the gnaw. He knows the score. My mum and my dad in daycare when they were toddlers. What? Don't know. Watch The Passion today. Violence or what? What's The Passion? Is that thing with Mel Gibson or something? Not sure. But either way, don't go anywhere because we're going on a short break. When we come back, we've got a whole lot more, plus a lot more. And after that, we're going to have a whole load more after that as well. So I strongly advise not going anywhere. Please hit the like button in the meantime. You shouldn't have to experience any adverts. Now is the time. If I'm going to do an advert, I will. But because people have sponsored the show tonight so far, then I think part 1 deserves to be ad-free. So thank you, everyone. Don't go anywhere. Be back in 5 secs. So 5 seconds is all you got. So don't go anywhere apart from to the kitchen to make yourself some tea. And I'll see you in a minute. Don't go anywhere. Thank you.
Welcome to the live show, Drew is on a break. Just a few minutes is all it's gonna take. But don't tune out, cause there's plenty yet to come. Get yourself a drink, cause we barely just begun. Wait for Sigma Prepper, he'll be back in a few. If you're joining us now, time to pull up a pew. Reject the herd, prepare the pack. Just a couple more minutes and he'll be back. In the chaos of survival, your mind is your shield. When it all goes wrong, it's the wisdom revealed. The tech, the knowledge, the smart preparation. When the crisis comes, we're gonna own the situation. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing. When crisis hits, Sigma Preppers ahead. The wolf pack leads with a clear-minded head. No panic, no fear, no beg, no crawl. It's more than just survival, we'll be rising tall. This isn't just preparing, it's thinking through a skill. It's seeing the future, knowing this is not a drill. We don't know where or when disaster will strike, but we know we'll be ready when it's time to fight. In the chaos of survival, your mind is your shield. When it all goes wrong, it's the wisdom revealed. The tech, the knowledge, the smart preparation. When the crisis comes, we're gonna own the situation. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing. Use your time wisely, not sure how long we've got. Maybe 2 years, maybe seconds to plan and plot. Too many threats to know which it could be. It could happen right now while Drew's making tea. Learn about prepping, it can happen any day. The wolf pack house come to lead the way. The time ticks down, so get ready with your brew. Like, share, subscribe, come on, you know what to do. In the chaos of survival, your mind is your shield. When it all goes wrong, it's the wisdom revealed. The tech, the knowledge, the smart preparation. When the crisis comes, we're gonna own the situation. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing.
Copy that.
Yo, it's Sigma Prepper, where wisdom is the key. We're ready for the future, staying ahead and staying free. When the world goes dark, we won't be shedding a tear. We prep with our minds, never ruled by fear. It's not the list of preps, it's the knowledge we flex. Gaining understanding and solving what's next. No sitting by a fire, eating squirrels on sticks. We'll be navigating chaos using Sigma Prepper's tricks.
In the chaos of survival, your mind is your shield. When it all goes wrong, it's the wisdom revealed. The tech, the knowledge, the smart preparation. When the crisis comes, we're gonna own the situation. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing.
SHTF, we break it down smart. From the big picture view to the detail in the parts. Drew Law's got you, his knowledge on tap. Real-time strategy, he cuts through the crap. From the high IQs to the tech we choose. We're ahead of the game, we never gonna lose. We stay prepared, never needing to fight. Join Sigma Prepper and we'll make it through the night.
Preparation's not fear, it's seeing the signs, reading tomorrow through intelligent minds. Survival's more than just having a plan. It's about how you act when it all hits the fan. Join our Discord where knowledge is prime. The wolf pack's there for you every time. In the chaos of survival, your mind is your shield. When it all goes wrong, it's the wisdom revealed. The tech, the knowledge, the smart preparation. When the crisis comes, we're gonna own the situation. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing.
Reject the herd, prepare the pack. We're on a mission, there's no turning back. From crisis to strength, we'll survive the storm. It's knowing you've been able since the day you were born. Survival's an art, we sharpen the blade. We adapt, we survive, we're not afraid. Get yourself comfy for the Sigma Prepper show. The time is counting down and we're nearly good to go. Prepare your mind, cause intelligence is the key. Owning our instincts, we don't freeze, fight or flee. Knowledge is power, it's the ultimate force. No following the herd, we just create a new course. From a single lone woman to a family of 5. Learn from Sigma Prepper and see how you can thrive.
In the chaos of survival, your mind is your shield. When it all goes wrong, it's the wisdom revealed. The tech, the knowledge, the smart preparation. When the crisis comes, we're gonna own the situation. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing.
Reject the herd, prepare the pack. Click the like button, it's as easy as that. Check the description for the links you need. Follow my socials, subscribe to my feed. Support me on Patreon to gain the edge. Discounts and freebies, just make a pledge. The countdown's done, it's time to go. Sigma Preppers Live, let's start this show.
Welcome back, Wolfpack. Welcome back. Still brewing my tea. Still brewing my tea. Oh man, thank you so very much, everyone. Back to the Campfire Catch-up. We host Drew here on the Sigma Prepper Show. You know how we do. Getting my tea bags out. Plural. Yeah, plural tea bags. Yeah. It's a man's cup of tea. See, I like to use 2 tea bags in my tea. And a decent amount of milk. And a decent amount of sugar. 2.5 sugars. 2 tea bags. And a bunch of milk, making the perfect brew for your boy Drew. Love, peace and progress to the pack. Thank you, everyone. Love to you all on this Easter day and this 420 extravaganza. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. It's just nice to be amongst friends. So really appreciate you all being with me. Thank you to our supporters helping me to keep the ads turned off for everybody else. So that's Kazza, Random Warrior and John C. Thank you to Mr. Jeff becoming a YouTube member yesterday as well. I must be putting some secret behind the scenes videos out for VIP patrons and YouTube members. So gotta get that sorted out. 5 seconds. Builder's brew. Where's it gone? So, got this that I found on my shelf. We were talking about lockpicks the other day. Cheers, everyone. Hope it's Yorkshire tea. No, it's some cheap Lidl brand. But it's okay. Evening, Master. Evening, Lee Stella. Lovely to see you. Lively. Are we talking about Blake Lively being in deep hot water and trouble with her husband? A lot about that going on. Do you know, April is my month band again. Well, unfortunately, April is my most expensive month of the year because I have things like my domain name renewals, because this is my anniversary, 3-year anniversary of Sigma Prepper on YouTube. So, yeah, it's like I've got renewals of so many things happening, and I've still got to do our birthday special show anniversary for Sigma Prepper. We'll be doing that this week, probably Saturday. We'll have the full-on Ultimate Live show as part of what we do here on Sigma Prepper once a month anyway. But we'll wrap it into a special 3-year anniversary as well. So I hope you can all make it to that. It's more than likely going to be next Saturday. Just so you know. My 2 nieces was laughing at me when I said tea bags on your eyes is good if you have sore eyes. Dirty sods. Tea bags. Nothing wrong with a bit of tea bagging. Nothing wrong with a bit of teabagging, as they say. So please do make sure you cast your vote live in the poll today, which is, are you celebrating 420 also today, as well as Easter? Either yeah, man, or how dare you even suggest it? So, cast your votes, completely anonymous, so you ain't got to worry about it. Yeah. Right, so let's get into what we got to get into. What we got to get into, man, loads of shit. You know, I like to show and mix it up. One of the things I like to show is how cool humans are. Yeah. Any kind of human, whatever colour, whatever creed, we don't care here. As long as you're a Sigma, you're friends of us. Check it out.
This is why you should never mess with your coach. Because when the students at this academy challenged their coach claiming they could beat her in a backstroke swimming competition, she didn't just accept it, but gave them a full 5-second head start. Even though the students were already halfway across the pool, the coach finally jumped in and proved why she's the coach.
Check it out. Literally sat there for 5 seconds waiting, man. Oh, look at Mr. Jeff talking of you.
Giving it her 100%, while facing them one by one with ease.
Really appreciate it, man.
She definitely deserves a like.
She does deserve a like, innit? Give it a like. How cool is that, though? 5 seconds head start. That's just showing how cool she is. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. You think I'm shit? I'll show you how shit I am. You carry on, I'll just wait here. Go on.
She didn't just accept it,
I just think that's properly embarrassing.
Even though the students
that felt like a lifetime.
The coach finally
when I first watched this, I thought, nah, this must be like 3 or 4 laps or some shit. But no, 1 lap and it's like, she's caught up with these fuckers. Yeah, man.
100%, but still
so let me know your thoughts on that. But I love seeing people being good at stuff.
She definitely deserves.
And again, that's a big, massive Sigma personality trait. It's all about personal development and stuff. Being the best person you can be, self-reliant, learning new skills. Yeah, working on yourself, working on your skills. That's what makes us us. This is why we don't find ourselves always being part of some big group or feeling like we have to be part of our big family that we don't have. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of what brings us together. If that feels like that's you, you're in the right place. That is impressive, isn't it? What a word. Machine. 100% banned again. She's an absolute machine. I love seeing stuff like that, though, when people get schooled. Yeah, people getting schooled. What do you call me? Like it. Thank you everyone for voting in the live chat. It's pretty... I do tend to always come up with these live polls that end up being 50-50 splits almost, which is... That's when you know you nail it. When you manage to get a 50-50 split out of your audience, that's when you know you've nailed the poll. Oh, man. She went underwater the full distance. I know, innit? Oh, I thought, bloody hell, she's caught up with them just without even doing a stroke yet. Oh, look at Mr. Jeff in the house, though. Thank you so very much, man. Do you know... talking of what I was just talking about with that Olympian swimmer woman, it reminds me of a quote I came across today. Ernest Hemingway it is, and I really liked it, but I don't hear she has dolphin DNA, says Leva Stella. We love dolphins. And dolphins love us, which is why the governments make it illegal for us to interact with dolphins, if you didn't know that. I forget what the law's called. Even the law name is a bit of a weird name to give it. Like, why don't they want us talking to dolphins? Or being near them? Other than the fact that the Navy likes to strap explosives to them and send them off to enemy ships and shit. But other than that... Anyway, what we're actually talking about is this quote, Ernest Hemingway. Cheers, everyone. And you know what? My short-term memory is so shot. It's all the 420, you see. No, it's not. What am I looking for? Fuck's sake. Oh yes, sorry. This quote that I thought was brilliant. I made a note of it because I don't want to hash it up, and I'm likely to do such a thing. Here we go. Right, are you ready? There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self. like it. I don't like this window keep crashing. Having to reload it. There we go. There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self. 100% connect with that. Yeah, let me know if you're feeling it. Because this is really, again, that sort of made me think of it when we was talking about stigma personalities and like self-development and just wanting to be the best version of yourself and not really wanting to rule everybody else at the same time or be ruled by anyone. You just want to kind of do your own thing, right? Hatchy here. It's illegal to keep a crow as a pet in all states of America. That's kind of mean, isn't it, right? Why should governments get in the way of us having a relationship with our fellow animals living and sharing this planet, yeah? I mean, I'm a massive animal lover, as you all know, but I don't feel like that should make me biased in it. I think everyone should feel that way. But I really love that quote because I just thought that really sums it up for me. That's why I feel so uncomfortable when people like throw names at me of certain things, and I just think, no, that's not really what I'm about. I'm the only person I'm in competition with is myself to be better than I was yesterday. And as long as I feel that's been the case, you know, I used to say when I was a young lad, I was like, a day gone by where you haven't laughed is a day wasted. And I feel like as well later in life that a day gone by where you haven't learned something new is a day wasted. Yeah, you can shoot crows in the UK, can you? I found out that you're not allowed to shoot rats in the UK. Let me know if you knew that. So don't be shooting any rats. You just got to live with them. Rats are okay. Crows, nah. Dolphins, nah. Rats, don't be touching them. It's funny that, isn't it? Anything that makes us feel good. It does seem that way, yeah. We're just not allowed nice things anymore, Carolyn Rose, are we, here in the West, it seems? We're just not allowed nice things. They just put gates around everything and say, no, we own that now, so you need a license to use that. You need a license to go there, yeah. Oh, no, you need a license to buy that. You know what I mean? It's fucking what? It was only 100 years ago. You didn't need a license for anything, don't forget. You didn't even need a driving license 100 years ago. If you wanted to go somewhere, you got in a fucking car and you went there. There was no driving license, let alone a license for fishing license. What? It's like 100 years. That's all it's taken for them to control and make you have to ask permission for every single thing you will have to do in your life. That's some pretty good shit they got rocking there, man. They're on some good stuff, if you know what I mean. If they've managed to pull that shit off in like less than 100 years, go from not needing a license or permission from the government to do fuck all to having to get a license and permission from the government to even just breathe, yeah? It's amazing. It's amazing. And here we are. And we already have been the evidence to the rest of the world that doing that to your civilians and your citizens doesn't work. It just collapses your empire. It just collapses what you've built from within, which is exactly what's happened, which is why China's doing what it's doing and is going to succeed doing what it's doing, because it's not China doing anything. It's us doing it to us. All China's done is sit back and watch us fuck ourselves up for the last 10 years going woke. It was inevitable. Yeah, so it's like, why did China didn't need to do anything? Yeah. China wasn't the one deciding what to teach our kids in school instead of actual real things they need to learn, like science, technology, English language, and creative arts and things like this. Wasn't China forcing the teachers to teach them all about completely other shit that's got nothing to do with making them a good, citizen and good father and a good mother and a good wife and a good husband and a good worker and a good business owner and a good entrepreneur? You see, this is the problem. China didn't have to do shit. We did it to ourselves. That's what's more embarrassing than anything about this whole thing. My daughter had 2 pet rats. They're so intelligent. Do you know, there must be some similarities, Random Warrior, as well. And thank you again so very much for your contribution tonight, man. I really appreciate you, dude. But do you know, they did that experiment. Let me know live in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. But there was that experiment where they used rats in this like city of rats, and they studied them to see what happened if they gave the rats everything they could want in abundance and how it would end up. Let me know if you remember what that study was called. It was quite enlightening, and it showed, actually, a lot of people make reference to it in recent times, because even though this was like something that went on in the 60s or some shit. And they made this massive city, and it like they had abundance in food. It was like everything was taken care of, all their needs. I think it was studying the thingy bob's pyramid of needs, and what they found was that in fact it got to a point where when they were given everything and everything was done for them, they ended up eating themselves. They ended up, you know, there was some of them that just went off in the corner or just pruned themselves constantly and things like this, trying to soothe themselves and like making themselves look pretty all the time. That sounds familiar. There was other ones that were just self-harming themselves in the corner, on their own, doing some weird things, and it just didn't work out well. Tyron's rat experimental behavioural sync, is it? Thank you, Sandy. There's a rat family living in our compost bin. Remy, Roland, rat fans. Kevin. For those that know Roland Rat. Rachel Ratford, if all cats in the village along with mine don't kill them, very right to stay. The study is called Universe 25 Mouse Utopia. Thank you, Jenny. Is it? It's interesting though, but a lot of people think that how it ended up for the rats is how it would end up for us in this utopia thing where no one's doing fuck all, which is going to be reality soon, since with AI and automation taking over the way it is, people are going to have to find their place. This is what I talked about recently, about your prepping plans need to include preparing for the fourth industrial revolution, which means reskilling, which means positioning yourself in the market in a way that you still have value. Cheers to that. Cheers to your prepping progress in that direction. So, talking of progress, as long as you feel like you're learning something or getting better at something every day. We were talking about lockpicking, or someone was the other day, and I said maybe I'll try and find my old lockpicking kit. And this is what I was talking about, where it's transparent and you can see the barrels, look. You can see the barrel and you can see the pins. These are locating pins, right? And you got springs on here. And so by it being transparent, you can obviously study the mechanism. This is something I was into when I was a really young lad. This is what I was telling you about, that book, The Forbidden Knowledge. So this, but back then you couldn't just buy things like this, lockpicking kits. You couldn't buy them. I made my own using an Allen key. Yeah, do you know the Allen keys? I used to have like 1.5mm Allen keys, and I'd bang it down with a hammer, curve it round and stuff, file it down to a flat, all sorts of stuff. So you need one of these to apply pressure. This is like the thing you turn it with, and you choose one of your... I've got several lockpicks in here, but there's really one that I do most locks with, to be honest, if you know what you're doing. But most people, you'd want to start with something like this. This is an individual. You would locate each pin individually with this one. Yeah. And so this is classically what you expect to see with, right? So you can see inside, you can see the mechanism move. And these are quite cheap to buy. I've had this like maybe 10 years or something. I'm assuming they still sell these. So you can lock it up like that, and you would use your tensioner into the fat bit here down the bottom, and this is kind of what you're using to basically keep pressure on to turn it. So you need to keep pressure on all the time, but not too much. You need to learn your technique as to how you hold it. Obviously, when you're doing it years, you find your own way of doing it. It's hard to explain, but this is how I hold it, like this, depending on what the mechanism is. And I tend to start with one of these. And you can just feel it. You need to have good feel with dexterity. But you can see these pins here. each of these pins need to be basically relocated, but you need to hold pressure here because you need to feel when you get the pin into the locking position. And if you can see, you might be able to see me raising that pin up and down. Yeah. And you need to get you can rake it. Oh, sorry, I'm covering it up. So I'm feeding down. And this is tricky to get down the end. There's not a lot of room in there. Once you've got your thing in the bottom, you need to try and thread. It's difficult doing it from the side, to be honest, but you need to be able to thread it through and lift each of those pins up. And you might need to come back and do it again, relieve the pressure a bit, but not too much. And as you start to raise them, you'll feel them locking into place. So something like this. Do you see the shape of that? This is more of a raking thing that you would do, right? But this one gets down the end there better, you'll see. And then you can start working your way back. But this does 2 pins at a time sometimes, which causes a problem. I'm not getting that last pin. We need to be, it should spring open when we get that last pin up. I just can't get to it. It's right there. I mean, this is easy because I say it's easy. You can see, I don't know if you can see it there. You can see what's going on with the pins going up and down, can you? I think you can. It's stuck in there now. So this is the idea, and then I think we might even want to try doing it that way. This is a real tricky getting that thing in there, that is. Where's my really little thin one? Is this it? Maybe this is it. Hold on. Oh man, I had nearly all the pins in there. I've just let it go. Here we go. I mean, we don't have to get it, because if it ends up being... Sorry. I don't want to be beaten by it now. Here we go. I think my... Here we go. I think I'd raised... It's so difficult to hold this without getting my fingers in the way. I'm really sorry. I should get my other camera done. Or, I don't know, can you even hear it clicking as I do each one? I'm not sure if you can. Oh, sorry, I got my finger in the way again. Is this oh, there's one more in there that I haven't really... Is it that one? It's that bloody last one. I just can't get to that last one. I'm really sorry that I'm not gonna let it beat me now, because I can see that pin sitting there, and I'm actually wondering if this mechanism is broken after all this time. It looks like it is. There's a pin here which is double stacked. Can you see it? And it shouldn't be. I think I popped it right out of its hole. Which is it's supposed to be. Oh, there it is. Hold on. But this is the idea. I don't want to waste too much of your time, because I would do a proper video, and I just can't hold it up like this. I need to get my desk. Cam set up for you, really, and I'll show you the technique properly, because there we go. Oh, come on, it's there. Look how far around it is, look. It's nearly 45 degrees. I really didn't want to... I didn't want to fail. I know it's annoying. Drew's on till 1 AM tonight. But anyway, so I won't bore you with it, and I'll just let all those pins go back down. But do you see them there? They're all back down again. So, I better make sure this is still even operational. It is. Oh, that was so on the edge. Okay. So that's the idea. That's what you're looking to achieve. I hope you've got the general principle And by being able to see it does help you quite a lot. But also, when you want to... Oh, here's another one. Oh, okay. Yeah. So this one here, when you start getting good, you can rearrange the pins if you want to get sophisticated about it, right? So this is what this kit is that I bought separately. When you've done it a million times, it's not really a challenge anymore. So what you can do is you can use these different pins, and some of them are fake pins, some of them have got a fake stop point that you got to understand that some manufacturers make pins that sort of are designed to get stuck. So you feel like it's been set, and you set the pin, but it's not. It's a fake set point. And you just relieve the pressure a bit and it will set again, and then it's like, they had put a little ridge on the side of the tiny pin, which makes the lock picker think that you've got it set, but it's not. So there's things like this that you can start getting a bit more sophisticated about. And then you can move on to things like this. Right, so this is more like the sort of thing that you would see on a patio door or something like that. And as a survivalist and a prepper and stuff, if it was the apocalypse, it's quite an important skill to learn, because you're going to be needing to get resources, and you might be in a town where there's not many people left but you. And so you're going to need to be able to get into supplies and things. So this is like you would see... Yeah. It's a slightly different design. But yeah, so you can get kits. Oh, maybe this is my kit. See, look, there's about 2 kits worth in here, and this is a separate kit, and I think actually this is the one that I normally use. Because this one here looks worn down. It is. These are actually cheaper, but I really like this one. Silly me, never mind. So you've got to find a set. It's worth buying a couple of sets, and then you'll find a few that I can do anything with this, basically. With this one. It's really thin. Anyway, it's up to your style, and you'll get a feel for what you feel you do well with. But anyway, so I thought, because we were chatting about that the other night, it came up in the chat, and I thought, I wonder where my old kit is. And yeah, here we are. So I just happened to see it this afternoon while I was tidying up my shelf up there, and I was like, lockpick set. Fuck me, I was just talking about that the other day. And when I just came in with my tea there on the break time, it was sitting there on the top again. I was like, shit, man, I should show them the lockpicking kit in case people aren't familiar and they're not quite sure what the principle of it is. And even if you get to know what the principle is from even just me showing you that for 5 seconds, if you had 6 hours to try and get a lock open and you had to get it open, at least you've had Drew show you what the general principle is, and with enough time you'll figure it out, right? But I will try and do a proper show showing you it where it's on the desk and I can feel comfortable to be where I need to be, use the right tools and stuff like that, right? But so, you know, you can get different kits. This is about 3 or 4 different kits over the years combined, just, you know, they're just in a box. So, you know, it's quite a good skill to learn. It's a good hobby. I did close-up magic for 10 years. I can do mostly everything that David Blaine can do. So for me, this sort of thing for me is like a hobby, right? I just, yeah. And I think as a prepper, it is an important skill to learn, because you never know. You know, it's like an astronaut. You've got to be as much of an astronaut as you can. The idea of an astronaut being, the phrase comes from, obviously, NASA. In their recruitment program, what they're looking for as an astronaut is somebody who has the combined skills of a town. The combined skills of a town. So the idea is that if you can't demonstrate you have the combined knowledge, intelligence, skills of a town, yeah, so that would mean you need to know a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff. And so prepping's a lot like that, because you don't know what you're going to come up against. It's like being like a, you know, what do you call it? Mission Impossible type dude, you know, a secret agent, because you don't know what you're going to come up against. You don't know what the crisis is going to be. You don't know if you're going to be able to stay in one place or whether you're going to keep moving. You don't know how much stuff you're going to be able to take with you. You don't know if your property is going to be compromised, whether your stuff might be taken. So you need to have as many contingencies for the contingencies as you possibly can. And this is where you end up realizing the amount of things you're going to need to know about the amount of things you're going to need to know. And it's not to be overwhelmed by it, but it's just to say, just start somewhere. Just pick something up. Just watch a YouTube video about lockpicking or something. Watch a YouTube video about, you know, anything that is relevant to survival situation, much of the things I've talked about. And just get familiar with it. You never know when it might be, you know, just that few hours of time researching something that you think is irrelevant at the time, and then a year later you're in a crisis and that thing just pops into your mind. And that could be the thing that gets you out of the shit. Yeah. So Rue there got a credit card size kit. It's so small and handy, lich fits in a wallet. But to be honest, only a couple pics in it are good. But yeah, I think you've probably experienced the same thing. There's one of those rake ones that you can just go. That's the idea of that. And the ones that's got several teeth ridges on it, and they just bump up the pins like that. And just if you've got enough tension on it, they should just and they stick up. You can get machines that do it as well, and they go yeah. And so, but I again like. Rue there was saying, you'll just find a couple that you just do really well with and just like, oh fuck me, that was easy, like 10 seconds, you know. And I'm not talking like a training kit like that, I'm talking like a real lock and that to experiment with. I've got a bunch of padlocks in my drawer here for my flight cases when I used to run a media company doing cinematography and video production. I had lots of Pelly flight cases. I've still got them all, but Pelly flight cases, and I had lots of padlocks on those flight cases. So they were the padlocks that I used to start training my lockpicking skills on. Oh dear, not an illusionist. It's more impromptu close-up magic. You know, stuff with cards and things. Not even with cards, just general shit. A piece of rope, a cigarette making it disappear into thin air, just all that sort of shit. I'm quite fascinated by that back in the day, and I thought, oh man, I've got to know how to do that. And it started there, and then I ended up being paid to do magic shows in bars and shit like that, funnily enough. Oh dear. So I guess you'd call that semi-professional or something, magician, but I got a deck of cards sitting up there looking at me, and I'm thinking, don't I? It's like, nah. Way out of practice. I own a blackish belt. What do you own a blackish belt in? Kicking people's ass? Or black belt in... what do you call it? Lockpicking. I really appreciate you all being here with me. Thank you so very much. Do you know, every time I have all these things I want to be getting through that I never end up doing. So I'll tell you what, I learned something else this week about how certain genetics are quite rare. Yeah? Let me know live in the chat if you think you've got any rare genetic anomalies. Yeah? I can make a key disappear, elastic up my sleeve. That's what's known as a pull. A pull. It's elastic and it goes up your sleeve. I had one of the best pulls you could buy. 3 of the best pulls you could buy. Davenport's Magic. Underneath Charing Cross Tube Station in London, if you want to know where it is. Probably shouldn't have told anyone that, but that's where Davenport's is. They've been going since like 1830 or something as a magic shop. It's quite a creepy place, but I used to spend a lot of time there. RH negative blood here, says Daily Survival. You shouldn't say that out loud, you'll be tracked down. That's not on my list, I'm afraid. I've got a back bending knee. Son has extra ribs. Interesting. Don't you call that a spare rib? Carolyn? Dug-a-dung-ch. He's got spare ribs. Back bending knee. Yeah? That's 1 in 105,000 of you. back bending knee. That's like something out of Men in Black, innit? What's that film where the dude like goes doing and he bounces up the roof and his like fucking leg bends the other way? It's like, oh man, I'll never be able to forget that. Was that Men in Black with Will Smith? Is height a genetic anomaly? If you're 28 foot fucking tall, it is. John C did a 23andMe DNA test and found a half sister we didn't know we had. How cool is that? Not for your old man, though. Oh! Sorry, that was a big assumption, John. Oh, man. But fair play, dude. I got a very close friend of mine, actually, IE Media. He found out recently in a very similar way as you did that he had a sister he didn't know he had, bless him. And he's had a great relationship from her as a result, which is cool. Genetic anomalies. I got lungs like bubble wrap. Is this a euphemism as in you're a woman and you're talking about your chest area when you're talking about your lungs? Are we talking about mammary lungs or are we talking about lungs? Like bubble wrap. Anyone want to be a surrogate? Oh, me. We both have daughters, but he wants more kids. I'm terrified to do it. I'll be a surrogate. I'll be a surrogate for him. Alien knees do that, don't they? That's what I reckon. Yeah. Getting one cut on Wednesday to allow room for veins without pinching. Vascular problem. Oh, honey. Love to you, Caroline. I hope you do all right. Oh, this is the thing on the May the 13th, isn't it, you're talking about? What are you in the top 2% of the planet about? My belt is in origami. I open a mean letter. Nothing wrong with having some good old folding skills, man. I was the master of paper airplanes at school. I was into avionics before I was even out of school when it came to paper airplanes. I'll tell you another one though. Do you know, so I'm talking of RH blood daily survival. Do you know people have gold blood? Let me know live in the chat if you knew that some people have got gold blood. It's actually 1 in 170 million. 1 in 170 million people have got gold blood. Would you believe it? I don't even know what blood type I am. I've no idea. That's how well prepared I am. Oh, wow. Sun this Wednesday, me next month. Right. Oh, flag again. 6'6". I stick out in most crowds. You're just going to have to hunch down a bit, man. Got to blend in. Yeah. This is why I've been working on my tan. I haven't really. It's just happened because I've lived abroad for so many years in the sun, right? This is how my skin adapts. But I've been working myself to try and blend in a bit. So I thought if I can try and get a bit more of a tan, I can start blending in a little bit more in the UK. Does heterochromia count? I don't know. What is that, man? Sounds good to have whatever it is. Yeah. Lungs. Okay, we're not talking about mammaries then. I suffer from spontaneous pneumothorax due to bubbles. If it's small and okay, big pops can lead to potentially me. Fuck me. That's the same as my best mate Barry gets. Yeah, with his he had to have his lung collapsed actually in the end, and he had these. Well, they're not bubbles. They're like blisters in the lungs and shit. And they had to actually do an operation and scrape the lung and scrape the inside of the chest cavity to sort of roughen it up and then inflate his lung artificially to push the lung wall up against the chest cavity wall so that the actual two would knit together, the outside of the lung and the wall, to stop it collapsing back in. I'm just like, fucking hell, Barry, I don't even want to know anymore. It's like, who comes up with this shit? Who comes up with this shit? Let me know if that's what we're talking about, Yorkshire pudding or not, but less grey man and more tan man. Well, I'm just saying, to blend in with the new population of the UK, you're better off trying to like darken yourself up a bit, to be honest, and just to fit in. Cheers to that. Cheers, everyone. No matter where you're from or who you are. John C can wiggle his ears, look. I don't know what your statistical out of a million is. I know if you've got different eye colours, that's about 1 in 2,500. So if you've got like, I'm pretty sure one of our subscribers has got one brown eye and one blue eye or something. I forget who that is. But yeah, so different eye colours. That's like 1 in 105,000. Sorry, 1 in 2,500. The back bending knee is the one that's 105,000. 1 in 105,000 rarity. So the gold blood being 1 in 170 million is quite rare. That's the rarest thing. Apart from you, that's the rarest thing on this list. No pain. No pain. That's 1 in a million. Yeah. Is it Monte Dio's got different eye colours? Yeah, man. Isn't it cool as hell? So different eye colour is on the list. That's 7th on the list. 1 in every 2,500 have different eye colours. Is it blue blood? No, literally it's gold blood apparently. I don't know if it's actually made of like AU, as in the chemical compound gold, but that's what it's called, gold blood. Maybe we should look it up. Chemical pluridasis. Not familiar with that. Oh yeah, so are you saying that's the same thing, dude? Are you saying my mate had the same thing? I don't tan, so... She polish. You don't tan. What do? Do you just go red instead in terms of like, are you a redhead, my darling? You're an endangered species. You're rare as fuck. If you're a redhead, you're properly rare on the list. It's not on this list, but I'm going to put you on the fucking list if you're a redhead. We like redheads here. Well, I do anyway. We all got gold in our bodies. Yes, we're all come from exploded stars, didn't we, Hachi? Right, that's the thing. Fuck me, Yorkshire Puds had 3 of those. Left lung times 2 and right 1. What? I've had multiple chest drains, though. Brutal procedures. Yeah, man. Sorry to hear that. Because after knowing what Barry went through, it's just awful. There's some barbaric shit as well they do to you to fix you up. So I'm real sorry you've had to experience that. Unique bunch of oddballs in Drew's chat. What do you mean Drew's chat? It's your fucking chat as well, banned again. Don't just try and fucking disown us all now. Like you're nothing to do with it. Yeah, oh, nothing to do with me. Right, anyway, like sliding up. See you later. It's like fucking Harutat. Oh dear. So a cleft chin. That's not very rare. So I've got myself all tangled up with my cable somehow. We got a tangle crisis. Unique bunch of oddballs. Mind you, unique is one word in it, so there's nothing wrong with calling someone unique. Of course, we're all unique. That's what makes us so unique, is the fact that we're unique. Synesthesia on the list, seeing sound as colours. No. No, 6 fingers is on the list though, John C. Have a guess how many... Have a guess what the statistical likelihood of having 6 fingers is. Go on, pledge your bets, ladies and gentlemen, and those in between. You haven't decided which one you are yet. You're welcome too. Everyone's welcome here. It's Sigma Prepper Channel, man. Cheers, everyone. Cheers to the diversity of us. You're all beautiful. And you're all unique and wonderful creation. And look how functioning you are. You're so functioning, you managed to find me. Yeah, how cool is that? Right? That's the only level of coolness that you need to know about yourself, is the fact that you found me. So, I go red and don't tan. So are you indeed a rare, precious species that we need to protect at all costs, Libestella? It sounds like you might be. Yes, the surgery is usually talc is used to adhere lung to... Whoa. 6 fingers is 1 in 3,000, says Flat Cap Gaming. Let me refer to my list. No, it's more than that, as in it's rarer than that. Do you know that's where a girl at school had extra digits? I won't ask what she did with them. But it's Easter, fuck's sake. 4%, fucking less than that. Do you know, like, you know, in Cowboys and Indians, I mean, excuse my ignorance, but you know, like, Indians as in Cowboys and Indians as in American. Do you know when they go howl? You know the whole howl with a Wild Wild West or whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about, but help me through this, right? Help me to not fuck this up, guys. Come on. But you know, Cowboy Indian type Indian people, and they're like howl. Do you know the reason that they did that howl and put their hand up was to prove they didn't have 6 fingers? Did you know that? We're talking about how fucking tall people are. I'm talking about having 6 fingers, man, which is way more impressive. Oh, man. What about people who are double jointed in some way? Well, I don't know. That might be included in the backward bending knee business, which sounds a bit gnarly to me. I don't think I want to see that. But you know, being a psychopath. Here, Jenny. Here's one for you. Not that she's a psychopath, but she knows what we're talking about. Right? Psychopaths. Have a guess, Jenny. What's the statistical chances that the person you're sitting next to is a psychopath? Yeah? 1 in how many? Come on, give me a number. How rare are you if you're a psychopath? The question is, do psychopaths know they're psychopaths? I don't know. "5'1" is very tiny. I like 5'1". It's a good height if you're a woman. Not good height if you're a man. Who's 5'1"? Don't know. Just cutting in on people's private conversations in the chat. I don't know who's 5'1". I will track you down. Ah, fuck me. My self-control when I'm live is amazing, I've got to say. If anyone could see the number of things that go through my head that I don't say, it's amazing. Yeah. I should be given some sort of fucking award for the stuff that I don't tell you and I don't come out with. Oh, man. 1 in 250 John C's going for. Hadji's going 1 in 10. Fucking seems like it, doesn't it? Fucking seems like it. Doesn't it, Carolyn, eh? It's actually... It's not... It's... I mean, I don't know whether you think it's more or less, but psychopath is 1 in 113. Yeah? 1 in 113. Oh, is it you who's 5'1", Hachi? I don't know. I'd say pretty high number. Yeah, 1 in 113, Kazo. What do you reckon? Are you surprised by that? Does anyone know what the bloody hell mirror movement is? Because I've got no idea what that is, but it's on the list. It's one of the ones I haven't mentioned yet. Mirror movement. Should we look it up? Let me know if you already know what mirror movement is, because I've got no idea. What is mirror movement? Oh, look, it knows what I'm guessing. It's guessing what I'm saying, so it's obviously a thing. Mirror movements refer to the involuntary, simultaneous mirroring of movements on one side of the body that accompany voluntary movements on the opposite side. These movements are typically present in the upper limbs, particularly the hands and fingers. Key aspects of mirror movements. Involuntary. The movements on one side of the body are not consciously controlled. They happen without the person intending to make them. Interesting. Whoa. Whoa. And then it does it the other way. So maybe that's how you become a breakdancer and shit. Yeah? Street dance, street dance. Ooh. Is that what we're talking about? I don't know. We're learning together, guys. We're learning together, right? So upper limbs, mirror movements are most commonly seen in the hands, fingers, but can also occur in the other parts. Stalagmites, stalactites. Yeah? It's all about the mirroring. Simultaneous, the mirrored movements occur at the same time as the voluntary movements on the opposite side. So basically, if you go like that, you're going to basically end up hugging yourself accidentally, because like whatever the left does, the right copies. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Trying to catch your body out with that one. It's like, oh, try and do this then. So how weird's that? Have you learned anything new that's useful? No. Us psychopaths don't like this being discussed. Move on. Move on. Obviously a Sagittarius. You know, statistically speaking, most psychopaths are Sagittarians. Just so you know. Are you a Sagittarian, John? Come on. We need to do our science. This is a science show, goddammit. Right? We're doing science here. You know, the only difference between fucking around and science is writing it down. So, we need some numbers. Yeah. Love you bong time. Misonagi, love you bong time. Happy 420 to you too. Oh, I love it. Drew, tips to avoid capture like TV show Hunted. Just basically go and rent an apartment right next door to the police station. That typically works. Yeah. See, Daily Survivor reckons she's winning as the Sigma Freak. Yeah. Less than 1% of the world population is my blood type. Yeah, look, Flat Cap Gaming knows a score. One half of the body copies the other half. You know, so symmetry is supposed to be part of the being beautiful, isn't it? So I wonder if it's reflected in the facia. I've never seen that rocking, to be honest. 0.5 to 1% of people extra rib. Yeah, you see, I'm sorry, Daily Survival, but Carolyn Rose is suggesting that perhaps she may have trumped you in this game of little how freaky are you trump cards. If there's such a game, I don't know. I just invented it. TM. Oh dear. It makes the playing the piano impossible. It depends what you're playing though, I suppose, isn't it? If you're playing chopsticks. I'm a lot... Who's this? I'm a lot taller, big boy. I could almost kiss you. As in, is that me? Or is that the person that's 5'1" we're talking about? I'm lost. I'm lost in fragmented messages from various different people. My mother is a Sagittarius, born on winter solstice. Jesus, like brilliant. Oh, look at that, brilliant. This is the answer I was looking for. Like, this is why there is no number one most rare. That is you. And Rue stole the punchline. I am 1 in 8 billion. Yeah. Fucking amazing. So, I got a Sigma Freak. I fucking like it. But I tell you what, Rue, fair play, man. You win it because you won. You got the exact right answer. We are all 1 in 8 billion. Yeah, that's what's really important. And that's exactly what I was going to end on. And he fucking stole it from me. But fair play, you get respect. Because you got there before me. It's on my list. So let's hear it for Rue. That's exactly the point. We're all 1 in 8 billion. Yeah, there is only one of you on this planet. So for crying out loud, people, be the best version of that one person. That there is only one version of you, right? There's no one else like you. So stop trying to be like anyone else. Yeah. And this is why I really love that quote, which brings it back round, which was the point of going down this rabbit hole in the first place, was like how much I like that Ernest Hemingway quote, right? There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self. So this is what it's really all about. It's about that self-improvement, self-development, right? That's what makes us Sigmas. That's what makes us great at surviving, great at adapting when the circumstances change. Because we don't tie ourselves down to one path. We don't tie ourselves down to one route, to one option. It's about having multiple options, multiple contingencies for the contingencies, and being as well-rounded as we can so we can adapt when the moment hits us and we're not suffering from freeze, from fight, from flight, from fawn. Yeah, we're in the flow. We can think it through. We can use any of our survival responses to our advantage in a clear-headed and methodically thinking, rational way. While everyone else is running around with their fucking hair on fire, we're going to be there chilling it. Yeah, whoosh, chilling it. Yeah, we're just going to be kicking it with our hotspots, surfing. That's the idea, right? It doesn't have to be the apocalypse for everyone, right? So, we are each a universe, says 72 marshmallows. Sorry, marshmallows. It's my brain filling in the gaps like it does. 72 marsh flower. It's because I was going to talk about marshmallows over the fire in Apocalypse, so it leaked out on you, 72 marsh flower. But thank you so much. We need a magic mushroom day. I'm sure there is one. I think it's already passed. I think there is a particular day that is when the magic mushrooms all get collected up or something. And I think it's when it's all dewy and stuff. When there's dew on the grass. That's my understanding. It's actually one of my son's 18-year-old friends who told me that. Ironically. Oh dear. Tracy J in the house. Great to see you, my beautiful one. If I was born at 0300 hours, do I celebrate my birthday after midnight or do I have to wait until... I think you can celebrate it right now. Are you trying to tell me secretly, Tracy Poos, that it's your birthday today, my darling one? Are you? Is that what you're trying to hint at? Because if there's even the slightest chance that it's even possibly anywhere near the possibility of it even might being your birthday, I would like to be the one who's the first one that can say happy birthday. So I'm just going to preempt it and go, happy birthday, my beautiful one. Happy birthday, Tracy. Thank you so much for being a member of this channel and being such a great friend and a great Wolfpack member. Happy birthday to you. And if it's not your happy birthday, well, you've just got an extra free one ahead of time that you can just bank that in your pocket. Happy birthday, Tracy. Now you can tell me if it really is or not. Alright, that whole thing was completely misplaced. Which is good to have, to share a birthday, to be the day after, because, you know. Yes, it's my birthday today! Come on, let's hear it for Tracy J, because it's her birthday today! Cheers to you, my beautiful one. Cheers, Tracy. And happy birthday to you. Cheers, Tracy. I'm so glad you stopped in so we could all say happy birthday. Check it out. Ba ba da ba 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 ba. She getting the love. She getting the love she deserves. Thank you so very much. Tracy, 21 again. What are you talking about? She's not even 21. She can't even get served, man. Yeah. It's called birthday, not a birth time. Oh, look at Random Warrior in the house. Yeah. Loving the show. Thank you, Random Warrior. I'm loving the fact that you're loving it. Look at us all here around the campfire. Our camper van there. Yeah, all there. We got our camper van. Flat Cap Gaming's in there at the moment with someone, so you're probably going to want to wait. Oh dear. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Random Warrior, I really appreciate your support. It definitely makes it worthwhile turning the ads off for everybody. The way it goes. I'd much rather do this than every 5 minutes someone is being interrupted with some unskippable ad that YouTube throws in randomly. So thank you so much for helping me to make that happen for everyone else, if that makes sense. But hippie happy birthday. Truth to birthday, Tracy J. Look at all the love going into her, bless her. Love seeing that. Love seeing that. Look, and all the love as well for those that are giving the love. Really proud to be a part of this crew. I've got to tell you, it's been lovely to see you all tonight. I wanted to come on and say happy Easter to everybody. Happy 420, whatever it is that you're celebrating today. I've now been streaming 2 hours. It's coming up. It's just gone midnight here in the UK. So we are definitely 100% totally into Tracy J birthday realm now. So busy in the garden, so late to the show. No such thing as late, my darling. I'm glad you got here so we could wish you a happy birthday. So thank you so much for stopping in. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one. But I'm back to trying to be streaming and videoing far more regularly. I'm coming out of my winter doldrums, which isn't really doldrums for me. I just go into development mode. I've got so much to show you. I'm hoping to get some of this project finished that's down here. If you could see down there, you're going to want to know what it is, believe me that. So I'm working hard on that. I'm going to be getting straight back onto it the minute I'm off this show. So thank you, everyone. I do really appreciate your support tonight, and I'm glad we got to get together. I didn't necessarily plan to do a show today, but I'm glad I did. Yeah, so thank you for being here for me, and I'll be back tomorrow in some way, shape or form, and the next day, hopefully. And Wednesday, don't forget, I am planning to be doing a Warzone Wednesday, because we need to be talking about financial warfare this time. We're going to be dedicating it to financial and economic warfare tactics. So we'll break it all down, what they all are, how it works, what's in play now, how we can protect and prepare ourselves against it. It'll all be in there, all the slides, all the information, all the knowledge, the exact same stuff that you come here and expect from me every time. And I'm so glad I can deliver. Thank you to every and each one of you that's been such a wonderful bunch. If you haven't hit the like button yet, it's a really good idea to do that on the way out. I've been Drew, the Secret Prepper. You've been an absolute wonderful bunch. Thank you so very much for sharing this Easter Spesh with me. In the meantime, love, peace and progress to the pack.
Reject the herd, prepare the pack. Click the like button, it's as easy as that. Check the description for the links you need. Follow my socials, subscribe to my feed. From a single lone woman to a family of 5. Learn from Sigma Prepper and see how you can thrive. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing. Reject the herd, prepare the pack. Click the like button, it's as easy as that. Check the description for the links you need. Follow my socials, subscribe to my feed.